in my art class and in most Ross art classes, you tend to have an actual history test also integrated with art. So after looking at it through the Silk Road and how the Greeks started to copy trade through the Silk Road, and then started to copy from the Egyptians, contrappesto stance, which is this classical stance with one leg back, one leg forward, and arms at the side. They started to study how the Greeks changed that and brought emotion into figurative sculpture. So first we did how we draw figures, and we've studied gesture drawing and doing quick gestures, doing mass, shading in the whole mass, trying to do a 5-second drawing or trying to do a 5-minute drawing, getting the basic forms of the figures. So figuring out how the figure actually works, and different styles and different ways you can do it. Some non-dominate hand drawing, so they're drawing with their opposite hand just to get the motion of the figure. This is the same way that I learned how to draw the figure in late high school and college, but we're introducing it in 7th grade. It's all about how you introduce and what you expect. If you set your expectations right, you can get them further than they possibly know they could go.
So you want to get it wrapped as tightly as possible. This should not be loose. After it's wrapped, it should be solid. You want it to hold on. You want to make sure that if you flip it over, it doesn't fall off. You want to make sure that it can hold weight. If it moves slightly like this, that's okay, but you can't have it spinning all the way around.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Now, Miss Mulhern, I need your help for this one.
All the way down, okay?
I need help, Mr. Mulhern.
It's very solid. That's not going to go anywhere. This is good. Brandon, can you put that back on 7A shelf? There's someone who's absent today.
I know.
We are 5 minutes behind schedule.
So you have your brick. You're going to first attach them among your base. So build your hip. It actually tilts up. Your hips come a little bit higher. It should go about that high. So I'm going to curve them around. And notice the bottom of my hip touches my wire and it curves around. Got it? One hip's up, one hip's slightly down because I have an actual pelvis that's slightly tilted. There you go. Build that up and then attach around the body. So you need a hip, a pelvis bone right there, and the other hip.
To make that like the thing pokes out so.
Yeah, don't worry about that since you're going to build up the actual hip, but thank you for telling me. You're going to build up the hip, then build up the hip, and then you're going to actually start working on the stomach muscles going up into the chest cavity and do an actual chest next time. So we're going to do the rib cage next. So don't worry, this is actually really deep inside of the sculpture. But you're right, you're not going to build the anatomy. But thank you for telling me that. So.
Over with it. So after you have it wrapped, you have your sculpture wrapped.
Like we were learning about
We were learning like how